welcome to another episode of the Mighty Movie Pod, episode number 112. We're back with another thrilling edition, right into your ear holes, as I would say. I'm Ryan.
I'm Josh. Hi.
Oh, see, I fucking blew. I
You
blew
did.
it. I'm supposed to say
You
we're
did.
back with another thrilling edition.
Yeah,
right in your
yeah.
ear holes.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Yeah.
it's over.
Yeah. Fucked up the slogan. We might as well. We might as well just hang
start
it up.
over.
Yeah. We'll come back in another 9 months, guys.
New podcast.
New name, new format.
This one's gross now.
Not in my dining room. It's been soiled by that awful intro.
How you doing, Josh?
I'm doing pretty fucking good, man.
Nice.
Living life, you know.
Yeah.
I've
To the fullest.
Oh, of course, dude.
Your
I've
best
got
life, as they
dude.
would say.
I've got a convertible now.
That's good. Yeah.
A 19-year-old girlfriend. You know,
Right. Good.
I'm thinking about getting a nose piercing.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a dick. Symmetry.
Yeah. Ah, you asshole. For those who have never seen my face, I have a very obnoxious mole.
And if you want to see his face, you can check it out on
Oh,
YouTube and watch Classic Catch Up on YouTube, where Mighty Fish Productions on YouTube.
you can see the mountain on the side of my nostril.
You can get the reference. Anyway, yeah, well, that's
How dare you disparage my appearance? Get out of my dining room.
that's good. Yeah, you didn't ask, but I've been doing pretty good.
I mean, I would have, but then you fucking made fun of my nose. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
This is off to a great
Excited
start.
to be back talking about films.
Films.
Yeah, cinema.
The theater. Wait,
And not
no, that's
to
different.
not to toot our own horns, but we only talk about real cinema here. We talk about movies, fucking film.
That art house.
It's not just back to back superhero film episodes.
Nope, we don't even mention Star Wars anymore.
No, never. We never talk about Star
fuck
Wars.
no, dude. No,
or
no.
Supermans.
We get into what that fucking Fellini's doing.
Yeah, Fleur Fortune.
Fleur Fortune, Luc Besson.
Of course.
Who, by the way, is probably one of the schlockiest schlock directors
Yes.
that's ever schlocked a schlock.
Yeah, it's like Darren. It's like Darren Aronofsky. You think like you're like, oh, he's like a real.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, I'm from fucking New Jersey, and I like making the movie films with the boobs.
Right, yeah. Well, then there's the issue with the Anderson, the Paul Andersons.
Yeah,
as they were.
there's W.S. and then there's Paul Thomas Anderson,
and then there's Wes Anderson.
and then there's Wes
And
Anderson.
apparently, everybody throws Wes Anderson in there now.
So, Josh, we're here for a reason. And opening banter aside, we do have a biggie. As dumb as it is that we just cover fucking superhero movies and
We're
Star
here to
Wars.
talk about heads of state.
We could talk about heads of state,
talk about
and I'm
heads of
willing to do it.
I'm definitely
But
down
we're
for
not
it.
going to bury the lead on this
You know
one.
what? You know what? No, go ahead.
Let's say we're not going to bury the lead on this one. I think we need to get into the elephant in the room, the big boy, the headliner, Superman, and it is just called Superman.
It's Superman the movie.
It's not. It's just called Superman.
Nah.
The original Superman was called Superman the movie.
No.
So I don't think there's been a Superman that's been called just Superman. So this is so you don't have to like.
Well, yeah, there was only one, and then the other ones just had a bunch of numbers out.
Yeah, you don't have to. Well, it was called Superman the movie.
Yeah.
So you don't have to actually put the disclaimer of like this is Superman 2025.
Yeah. No,
This
it's
is just
yeah.
Superman.
It's not like Suicide Squad and
The
the
Suicide
Suicide
Squad.
Squad. Yeah.
Or when
Or
you
Superman Returns, or
when you read like RoboCop and RoboCop 2014 or what.
yeah, Running Man and
Yeah.
Running Man. Yeah, well, actually, I think they differentiated Running Man
Wait.
with the Running Man. Yeah, and then, dude, speaking of that,
The new
Edgar
Running
Wright
Man.
later this
Yeah.
year. Yeah,
And November, I think. Taika Waititi is working on something.
Yes, it's a remake as well.
Yeah, another
Or a reboot or whatever
another
you want to call it.
remake, a C-boot or whatever.
Is he still doing his Star Wars thing, or did that get fucking thrown in the garbage like the Daisy Ridley series, the Ryan Johnson series?
Yeah,
and
nobody knows what they're doing with Star Wars other than the Mandalorian movie coming out next year.
That's all that's on the docket.
Everything else is up in the air, and they're making another Ahsoka. So,
oh yeah, no, I heard they're getting the Hound.
Yes.
From Game of Thrones to replace Ray Stevenson. That's a good choice.
Sure.
Different actor. I really do like that. I like the guy that played the Hound. I would have also liked he does the voice of Lorath in Diablo 4.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Final
played
Fantasy 16.
Played Walter O'Dim in The Witcher 3.
Yes.
Fucking he was one of the Men of Iron on Game of Thrones as well.
Yes.
Fucking that would have been a really cool pick too. I really like that guy. It's a
just
damn
hope
shame.
They have more going on for that show.
Yeah, honestly, like let's pivot entirely and just call it Ahsoka, but just focus on him and his student finding weird Sith magic out in fucking another galaxy.
That other galaxy. Yeah. Like I really praised that show because it just went full into fucking weird Jedi bullshit.
Yeah,
which is kind of where I live. That's why I enjoyed Ryan Johnson's take
the
on
Rise
fucking
of
Last Jedi and all that shit.
Not Rise of Skywalker, Last Jedi.
Of course.
Nobody enjoyed Rise of Skywalker.
Of course, fumbled the bag on a lot of other aspects of that film, but the fact that everybody focuses on that makes me not talk about it. So,
yeah.
So, Superman. That's what we're talking about.
Superman.
James Gunn, he took over DC film division at Universal. He's the CEO.
Yeah, he's the new boss, dude.
And
he's
he goes,
the Kevin Feige.
And he goes, guess what? I got a guy who's perfect. I'm gonna pay him a lot of money, and there's a huge budget, and we're gonna make a good Superman. And it's me, baby. So studio notes.
I got a perfect director.
Studio notes come from him to himself.
Yeah.
And he made so we can fucking criticize this movie for there's one guy that is responsible. So that's great. I do like that at least.
I'm going to make a joke that probably appeals only to internet people.
Sure.
But a striking lack of his girlfriend in this movie. And she's been in pretty much every James Gunn project ever since. And
see, I don't know.
Everybody was crying nepotism because she was in like the Peacemaker show. She was in the new Suicide Squad. I know she played some character in one of the Guardians movies. And everybody's like, why is this fucking girlfriend got to be in everything? And it's...
May I introduce you to Paul W.S. Anderson?
To call back, dude. Literally only makes movies to look at his wife in hot outfits.
Yes.
Babe, put the leather on. No, the tighter leather.
The two, lead character and director are all going into his pocket. But
fucking
I don't know who that is.
Tim Burton was doing it for years with Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah.
And then they got divorced, and then the chick that played the alien robot in Mars Attacks ended up being his wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then she ended up having some more pivotal role. Like she's Ichabod's mom in Sleepy Hollow, and then she's in a couple other ones in various roles. But yeah, dude, that's a fucking thing. Woody Allen used to do it all the time.
I was gonna say, I'm unaware of who his girlfriend is. Like you're like internet people. I figured that would involve me. But
in the Suicide Squad, in the new Suicide Squad one,
yes, the Suicide Squad.
She was the blonde that worked for Waller.
Okay.
And then she ends up being like you haven't watched Peacemaker. She's the head of she's like the second in command for the team that's managing Peacemaker.
So yeah, I was just like, I know he was married to fucking Pam from The Office for a long time.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they were married. So
shit. All right. Then she left.
That was
for
back
that
during his trauma days.
John Krasinski.
That
fucking Frank or whatever his name was on that show.
I should know this, but now that you said Frank, and now
Joel,
I'm like, God damn it,
Lloyd.
We are so off topic. It's amazing. Superman, James Gunn, he is the man. He made this movie. There is nobody else. Sure, I'm sure somebody at Warner Brothers.
He's the real Superman.
Yeah, somebody at Warner Brothers probably could have said something about something, but overall, he wrote, he directed, he produced, and
the movie came out, so obviously the guy that runs Discovery had nothing to do with it.
Right? Yes, the movie actually came out. So that is actually somewhat unique in this world of
Yeah.
superhero
One man, one
movies.
vision. Yeah.
Made the fucking movie, right? So it's out. We've both seen it. We went and watched it at the cinema, which
We
was
did.
actually a pain in the dick to actually get tickets to see.
Yeah. It was, and kudos
Mhm.
to Warner Brothers for having a banger that everybody wanted to see. Pain in the ass for us, but it's good to see a DC movie selling out that quick.
Right. Because
Because we tried for like 3-4 days to get
Mhm.
tickets.
we waited a little too long and then fucking we were unable to secure tickets. I mean, we could have sat by ourselves next to some assholes, but whatever.
Who the fuck does that?
Josh,
Ryan.
what did you think about the Superman? It's also just called Superman.
Okay. It's a weird fucking movie, man. It is a very weird movie. It's okay, right off the top, I fucking liked the hell out of it. I thought it was a really good movie. I thought it was. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about the movie. I liked it. I know I liked it. I don't know why. I do know why, kind of. Like, oh god, Jesus Christ,
This is going good.
This is prime podcasting right here. No, just cut out everything I say and just have all your opinions. Fucking everybody thinks you're the funny one anyway.
Ooh,
No,
the truth comes out.
It's all been a ruse,
The
Ryan.
podcast is being torn apart.
I'm here to
Jealousy
betray
and rage.
I'm here to betray you.
Josh told me before we
Luthor.
started he was going to go solo.
Yeah.
To which I
I love
responded.
that you find that so funny.
I laughed. Not that he couldn't do it. I just know he wouldn't do it.
I don't. Nah. I'll just look at the mic and be like, nah. Later. I'm tired, man.
Yeah. I know I do a lot of the technical stuff around here, Josh, but we're just not even talking about the movie. I know I do a lot of the technical stuff around here, Josh, but I know you could figure it out and you have the tools.
I appreciate the faith in me.
But you wouldn't do it.
No. No.
I'm not saying you wouldn't quit
Oh, yeah.
and say you're going to do it,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't have the ambition, dude.
Anyway, okay. Yeah, I know. It's I'm in a similar boat. So
No,
try to gather them thoughts,
it's,
dog.
I like their down home simple dude. He's just a good person, naive as fuck. He doesn't swear at all, which I think is hilarious. Dude, it's just like, oh gosh, I can be such a jerk sometime. Oh dear, oh golly, what about the dog? And it's a lot of that, and I should find that dumb, and I just found it endearing. There's what I like a lot is there's a lot of scenes of him. Yeah, he's punching the Godzilla in the face, and he's taking on Ultraman and the engineer, and he's in there and he's rough and tumble, but like there's a civilian in danger, and he'll just throw that guy through a wall real quick, jump over, grab the person that's going to get crushed by a building, move them out of the way. There's a lot of cool stuff like that.
Yeah, he saved a squirrel.
Yeah, he saved a squirrel. He saved a dog. He saved a child. He saved dude. I love that there are so many opportunities for those stupid fucking bullshit Christ metaphors that are all throughout Man of Steel. And the one that stands out the most is when the bridge is collapsing, and he helps that lady's car get away. He stops the building from crushing her car, and then out of the rubble, he just comes flying up. And he doesn't do this stupid fucking T-pose, He just fucking floats up and makes sure that she gets away. And that's all he's doing. He's making sure she gets away. And is really cool, dude, to just see Superman wrecking buildings and, like danger happening all around, and there's high octane action, and there's real threats. But you're watching Superman do his best to save lives and be Superman. That was really cool to watch. There's a good balance, I guess. It's not just smash buildings, kill guy. I'm not trying to fucking compare one to the other. I'm just saying that it's good to see classic Superman be classic Superman.
Right. You could be a cynic and say like, "Oh, this is an answer to the problem
And
with Man of
that's
Steel."
not what it
where it's
was. This movie's on
wanton
its own.
destruction
Yeah,
and,
no.
and just a disregard for
Because
for property and human life. And there was a lot of that going on, but it was out of his control. And when he did have control, they kind of went out of their way. And you could be a cynic and be like, "Oh, it's because they're trying to do the anti Man of Steel thing."
Yeah.
When honestly, I think it's like it was just showing Superman's character.
No, it's
He's
just
trying
showing
to limit damage
it's
and help
just
people and do his thing.
showing the Superman that is
And
Superman.
it also kind of made stakes and kind of made some of those things more fun, because the problem with Superman, as I've often said, is like, of course Superman's gonna fucking win and fix the problem. You know what I mean? So like, have variables,
Well, and
have
that's-
things that are out of his control that, like, of course strength and fucking laser eyes aren't always gonna fix.
Yeah.
And while that was very good, I think one of my main criticisms with the movie, and we'll get into what I think about it after you're done with yours. Uh, now I lost my train of thought.
Strength and laser vision and everything. It can
Yeah,
only
so
get you
one- so-
far. Yeah.
Continue with what you thought about the movie, Josh, because I lost my train of thought.
I like that they walk this line with him. You know, like they've got like buildings falling and the ground opens up and there's oh no, there's a dimensional rift or whatever. You know, and there's a giant iguana or whatever the hell that fucking thing was. It looked like something out of Lilo and Stitch, and I thought that was great.
Yeah, it kind of did.
I did, one of the things that I will also give the movie is it does something that not even like Marvel does. You know, and I know everybody, the Marvel versus DC. Oh, we can't enjoy two things at the same time. That's crazy.
But they are also the other competitor that makes these types of movies.
Yeah. But what I
Comparisons
like
will
about is the world that they build, like Metropolis. I loved it, dude. Like, how the movie opens and everything, and he goes back and he's fighting the dude again and everything, and then the villain's up there. He knocks Superman through another window, and then he turns around and starts delivering his fucking villain monologue, his soliloquy about how it's this fucking that you guys are greedy in America and blah 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 blah, and nobody's paying any attention to him. And I thought that was kind of weird at first, and then the big thing comes later on in the movie, where something's going down in the background, and Lois is like, "Are you helping them or what?" And he's like, "What? Oh, that? No, they got that." And it's when Superman will get, there's a part where he gets knocked into the pavement, and the people of Metropolis are helping him out, and like there's one guy that he knows by name, and he's like, "You should have hit him with that one you did last week." And he's like, "Yeah, I know, I came in late," and it's kind of like he's just a person in Metropolis that happens to handle like city ending fucking threats and stuff. But he's like a person of Metropolis. I liked that there was this sort of familiarity, and I liked that the people of the DC world, at least in Metropolis, they're not threatened by any of this. And I feel like in future films they should try to play with that a bit, where something comes in and honestly, they could open it up to like Doomsday or or fulfill that Thanos Darkseid promise that was they're the same fucking character. Darkseid promise that they had from the Snyderverse and stuff like that. Maybe bring him in if they want to tie it in. I know Gunn has his own plan for a very loose continuity. Like you'll get references, but there's no big event planned, which I think is awesome. But no, I like, play with that a little bit and maybe like, oh shit, now we actually have to be genuinely concerned because Superman can't handle this, or whoever's involved, It gives the heroes that aren't the main character a good due. I really enjoyed Guy. He's a very great representation of Guy Gardner's Green Lantern because he's just a douche. Mr. Terrific, I was glad to see him get a lot of screen time because Mr. Terrific's one of my favorite fucking characters in DC. He's in the Justice Society mostly, and he's just fucking cool, man. He's like supposed to be like the smartest man on the planet. He's just incredibly inventive. That's why he's got the T-spheres all around him and stuff like that, and they do a lot of the shit like that. And It's just the guy's just smart. That's his whole power, is that he's fucking super smart. And I loved how they did the T on his face, because I remember reading the comics back in the day and being like, well, how would they ever do that? Because it's just a T for a mask. And then the way they did it in there, I was just like, son of a bitch, that's a full ass T on his face. That works. And I like that they just had him like wear black lipstick, and he had the black eyeshadow and stuff, but it all flowed into the mask and it all just forms a T on his face. And but I yeah, it was just cool to see Mr. Terrific. And he was just the coolest guy in the movie. Mr. Terrific was awesome, dude. He's just and that plays into what you were talking about, how Superman can't do everything. And I liked that a lot. Like that's where his big flaw is. Like he's multitasking, he's doing everything he can, but sometimes he's being crushed by a giant lizard and he can't get over there, like, so he's got some backup with Hawk Girl, and Hawk Girl was weird. I really like Hawk Girl in the comics. I didn't really like her in this movie. She really doesn't do anything. So that was one of my problems, but I think Guy and Mr. Terrific got good representation. But they really, if they're gonna do more with this version of the Justice League, which is like, I think it's supposed to be the Justice League International lineup mixed with Justice Society, because it's got Hot Girl and Mr. Terrific. I'm getting into comic shit, but yeah, if they're going to do more with that, they need to maybe do their own movie with those characters. I liked that there was a surprise fourth hero in this. I wasn't expecting to see him, and he's a very lesser known character, I think, by today's standards, but he's always been one of my favorites. When I was in my youth, I was reading a book called Outsiders, and he was on the team, and I've always liked that character. So it was cool to see him, and I hope that he's in further installments. There's no way they're not making more of these.
No,
With the money they made. But there's a lot of good shit in this movie. Things I didn't like. I didn't like Lex. It feels like they didn't really know what they wanted Lex to be in this. Like, he is a villain through and through, but it feels like his tone is everywhere, because it's certain points he's like the Gene Hackman version. And then at other times, he's the Clancy Brown from the animated series and Justice League Unlimited stuff. And then sometimes he's like Michael Rosenbaum from the Smallville series. And it just seems like Lex is all over the place. And I really think they needed to, and I don't know if that's on Nicholas Hoult, who I absolutely think is an awesome actor. I wasn't going to talk about it, but I saw Nosferatu. He's excellent in that fucking movie. Loved him in Fury Road. I've loved him in pretty much everything he's in. He's awesome.
The Menu.
Yeah, The Menu. The X-Men movies, I really liked it. I actually really, really did like him as Beast in those X-Men movies. But man, Nicholas Hoult is just awesome. But Lex felt really unfocused and almost unimportant as the main threat of the film. Like, I got that he was super smart, but he just seemed like, I don't know. I didn't really get him, and that could be on me not really not vibing with it or something like that. But like, I didn't like Lex at all. He came a little lackluster to me. There's also, like, when it comes to like story and character, the story is kind of like a scatter shot. It's like a bunch of vignettes of different Superman adventures, and then somehow they all tie together conveniently at the end. And it all seems like an afterthought. There's also like, they wanted all of the Superman characters in one movie. And I like that we didn't have to watch another fucking Superman origin story. That's the same thing praise I gave for the Batman. I didn't have to watch the Batman have, lose his parents die again. Or, like, deal with, like, oh, Uncle Ben, oh no.
Uncle Ben.
I'm glad I didn't have to deal with all that, but his parents are there. His mom's a little weird. and there's a lot of this. I feel like there's a lot because James Gunn came from Trauma films, and I think Trauma films are fun. But when it comes to Clark's parents, his mom's a little too in that vein compared to his dad. His mom's just, like, oh, Clarky, we done put the stew on you. Come on in, we'll get you some dinner, and it's a little too far into that stereotype for me. But I did really like that when you meet them, they're just simple folks. They don't have like these like overly written, philosophies to impart to him. It's just like, hey, look, dude, this is this, and what you do is what matters, not this, and it's I liked that just down home, like,
it wasn't
no,
overwrought.
you just gotta be a good dude, man.
Yeah, it wasn't
just
an
be good.
overwrought thing with like his parents instilling all of his values in him.
Yeah.
It and with the overall message of the message of the character near the end. It wasn't that like they taught him all this amazing stuff. It was just that he grew up a normal person.
Yeah.
And that he has the values of a he
A
has the
simple
values
guy.
of a good, kind-hearted American, and he put a lot of pressure on himself from something else that happened in the film and then ran with it, right? It wasn't anybody else. It really came down to him and the
Yeah.
pressure he put on himself.
Well, and that's one thing.
Which was,
speaking of the pressure he puts on himself, that scene between him and Lois, like, he has to do the right thing, and he believes he's doing the right thing, and he can't understand how anybody else would see it as the wrong thing.
Mhm.
I really liked that scene when she's interviewing him. Like, he thought he was a badass and he could handle it. And like, I mean, it's fucking Lois Lane. Like, she's, like, in the world of DC Comics, you do not want to be interviewed by her, whether you're a good person or not. You don't want to be interviewed by Lois Lane because she's really fucking mean.
right. And she had a very good point about the ethical implications of interviewing yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that scene was great, dude. Rachel Brosnahan, awesome. I love her, Miss Maisel. She's awesome in this. She's a great Lois Lane. And that's one thing I'm gonna talk about with the characters is you get a lot of Jimmy, and Jimmy's great in the movie.
Jimmy's
I
real
really
good.
like their take on Jimmy.
One of the most important characters in the overarching plot.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. No, Jimmy was great. I needed more Perry White. I like the actor that plays him. He was in The Wire. It's one of the fucking greatest shows ever. I don't know that guy's name, unfortunately, but he's a character actor.
You recognize him as soon as you see him, but you can never remember their name. He's one of those guys.
Yeah, he's that guy that's in that thing.
Smokes one hell of a cigar.
Oh, dude, just that cigar is constantly in the mouth. But no, and that's one thing with the characters is they wanted every Superman character in the movie at the same time, and he's established already at the Daily Planet. My man's doing great work in the for the news, and you're expected to just go into it. So, like, if you're a Superman fan, I can see how this would be an easy thing. You're just like, oh yeah, that's Perry White. Oh yeah, Jimmy. And then you got Cat Grant over there just boobing it up, being annoying, and you got the sports writer being an idiot because he's always an idiot. I can't remember that guy's fucking name, but it was funny having him there. And they're doing a lot of comedy with him, and I'm just like, yeah, but
he's from SNL. I can't remember his fucking name. I think he's currently on SNL.
Yeah, he's currently on SNL. But yeah, that guy's always been a goob. And from the little bit of Superman, supporting cast that I know he's always been kind of a doof.
Right.
And he's just the dumb jock, thinks he's cool, still hanging on to those bygone days of he's Uncle Rico. But it just, they needed a little bit. This movie is too long while moving at a very fast, simple pace, and you miss a lot of like story beats that you could have expanded on. Like, I really like the tension that grows between Lois and Superman throughout the movie, and it's there, but it's never capitalized on, and then it's just immediately solved. And I mean, I guess you could say there's like an old school comic book feel to the whole movie because not a lot of things are satisfying. but this is a modern day and age, and I've seen James Gunn do better with the Suicide Squad and the Guardians, and Super, and other movies that Sliver and everything that he's made, and like this is. It falls a little short. I still really, really liked the movie. And also, fuck Crypto the super dog. That dog is a bad dog.
Like most dogs.
Not most dogs.
Like most
Not
dogs.
most. That's shitty trainers, man.
Like most dogs.
There we go. Yeah, fucking.
Which that's why I liked Crippo, because that's a good representation of how most dogs are. Fucking pieces of shit.
Just jumping all
Just
over
jumping
everybody.
around and don't listen, and they suck, but people love them anyway. And I will say, I'm like, yeah, I get it. Yes.
But yeah, so those are my pros and cons of the movie. I liked the movie. I'm just not sure how much, and it falls a little short of my expectations, which weren't, and I wasn't like pie in the sky. I'm not one of these assholes that's out here being like, oh, it's the fucking worst, and yeah, it's not a Snyder movie, and I hate Superman, or it's like, the other people that are like, you're morally wrong and a horrible human being if you don't think this is a win for us, and we finally got the super. No, this movie's not that. This movie is not the be all end all of Superman films. We still haven't achieved that goal, but I really think it's on the right track, and I'm hoping that future installments will simplify a bit. What I say simplify, be less busy, I guess, and be a little more focused, because this seems like it had a lot of ideas, and they were all cool ideas, and they didn't want to get rid of any of them. You gotta, you gotta kill the darlings, But that's where I'm at with it. I really enjoy it. I think it's flawed, but I think it's great. Sorry, that was long-winded.
I also really liked the movie. I borderline loved the movie. It is a bit long, and it loses steam.
Yeah.
At a certain point, and you go, what the fuck are we doing? And it really does kind of come back and tie everything up together. But at that point, you're a bit exhausted by the length and kind of the whatever of that third act.
Yeah.
A bit. The beginning of that third act, you're like, let's fucking get to it, guys.
Yeah, well,
the first two acts are like so tight, not tight, because you are right. It is brisk and kind of everywhere, but it is focused on what it's trying to do, which is like, look at Superman, this fucking guy. He can do whatever, but you can't be everywhere at once, and you can't fucking make the hard choices when you're so fucking stuck in your Boy Scout ways.
Yeah.
Superman's lame. Like, Superman is lame. Leaning into the lameness and just having it be endearing.
Well, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. It's endearing while being a massive flaw.
You know he made a poor choice or a naive choice, but you can't argue with why he did it. Brilliant. Him talking about like you were talking about the scene where it's like, is that what you're dealing with? And it's like, nah, I'm doing this. It's like, well, who gives a shit?
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, I do.
Yeah.
It's probably a bad call, but I gotta do it.
Yeah.
And you're like, I fucking like this guy. This guy fucking, god damn it, this guy's this guy. I like this guy. I like this guy. Mixed with the performances of a lot of these characters, like you said, Nathan Fillion and Rachel Brosnahan and Superman and
Cornswit, is that his name?
Cornswit. I don't
Jeremy
remember.
Jonathan Cornswit.
I know. I wish I could say.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, I've never seen him in fucking anything, dude. I know apparently he's been in stuff. I don't know him from anything, dude, but I really liked him.
Yeah, he was very, very good. I'm like, he must have read for the part perfectly, because this is great. When it comes to Lex, I agree a bit with what you said.
Like, he's clearly a douche.
Right.
With evil schemes, but it's
so, like you said, it's nice that we didn't have to watch fucking Superman become Superman again. And I think it's a little bit of a downfall when it comes to Lex.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, we enter, like, there's honestly exposition through a crawl of sorts.
Yeah, I actually, dude, I'll praise that too. I liked that too, where it just counts
Yeah,
down the time.
the timelines of what's going on, and then boom, now. Cool. So we're like mid fucking I'm a little off the deep end Lex. So there's no need to set up his motivations at the moment. We need to dish those out in the reveals of certain plot points. So that was a downfall to the characterization of him.
Yeah.
I think that Holt did a good job. And I did like that it's just like, I'm a fucking asshole and I hate Superman and fuck you and this is what we're doing.
Well, dude, and I do like that. I was
this smugness with dealing with him.
I was gonna say the massive fucking ego of Lex Luthor, dude. They really nail that.
And Mr. Terrific,
it's just that it's
and Mr. Terrific did a good job too. I think of just like he's like, yep, the kind of shit that guy's into, and just like. There was like an aura.
That.
There was like an aura of everybody knows what a fucking asshole he is.
Oh yeah.
And it was one of those things where it was like, we're not going to explain it because he's fucking an asshole. What else do you need to know? But it was at a little bit of a detriment.
No, and you know
I will
what?
agree.
You know what? The way you're wording it, dude, actually, I get it because it plays into what I was talking about the people of Metropolis not really giving a shit, dude.
Right.
They're just like, yeah, he's a fucking twat. We know that,
Right. And like even with the Justice League, the Justice Gang, it's a working title.
You know what would be funny? I would think it would be really funny if they don't end up becoming the League and they are the Justice Society.
Yeah,
That
which
would be
is
funny.
probably they're setting themselves up for a bunch of different ways.
Yeah, well, and I like this loose continuity where we may not see them in the next one, but we may see them in their own thing. I think that's dope.
And just the corporate fucking sponsorship of the Justice Gang.
Yeah, I loved that.
It's kind of just like
that's a very Maxwell Lord kind of
like everybody
move.
is just kind of like, yeah, they're out there doing their thing, whatever. And just like even Superman when he was like, I don't know if this is a spoiler, fuck.
Yeah, I was trying not to do it,
right?
But
and, basically they were like, hey, we're not dealing with you, the U.S. government. We've actually outsourced this to these people.
Yeah.
And he goes, who the fuck is that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just so much shit wrapped up in everything. And you're like, okay, I guess this is how this is all working.
That's a very comic book thing.
Right.
Too.
It is. Yes, of course.
Because like in the comic, SHIELD isn't run by anybody.
Right. And with the raft and all that stuff. There, like, I like that. And this was a more like cynical and less of like oh yes, the good guys run these things.
Yeah.
This was more of like a cynical corporate.
Oh yeah, no, I like that they doubled down on some of the weird corporate shit that goes on in these. Yeah.
Guy is a douche, right? and it's like, what is going on with this like corporate sponsored Justice League? But then they still were cool. They were like,
oh yeah, no, they're down to do the right thing.
Even when like something big happens and like they happen to be there, he's just like, bro, what the hell?
Yeah.
But like he helped him out with the ring with the windows and everything.
Yeah. Hey man, we gotta talk.
Yeah, and it's just like,
do you really have it?
Yeah, and then he even goes, do I think that's probably true? Probably not, but like,
oh yeah,
like,
no,
I'm looking out for
that.
me and mine, and I'm just like, fuck,
that's very
This movie kind of fucks.
Yeah,
dude.
no, when it hit me hard, dude. Like, there's a lot of good shit in this movie. It's just I'm still like, ugh.
Like.
It's
Everybody
almost there.
Yeah, it's so close. It just loses so much steam when there's a moment, Superman, we know how fucking these movies work. Superman's a little bit out of the picture, right? He is down and out. He's got and that climb back wasn't like that fun.
No.
And like eventful. I kind of was done with the secondary location.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Yeah, well, because
Mr. Terrific figuring that shit out was very fun.
Honestly, if the movie had transitioned just to his POV for that part of the movie, it would have been great just watching him trying to fix everything.
Crypto and him and Superman trying to get out of a position they were in, and another surprise character that you brought up. them trying to like escape this battle sequence felt so long and boring to me.
Yeah.
I was like, this is Superman. Like, that's the problem
I
with
felt
Superman.
like
You
it
got to
took-
weaken Superman to make any, and like, I'm like, the stakes here are shit.
Could not be lower.
One of them just, I'm like, we know where this is gonna go. And I liked the stakes of everything else because it wasn't like, are they gonna kill Superman? It's more like we've outsmarted Superman and he can't be everywhere at once. And that's what I liked about this
Yeah.
a lot.
Okay.
Is it wasn't like
No,
now
it
my,
really- like-
now
like I
my laser
said,
eyes
yeah.
will melt this fucking giant ice boulder.
Yeah.
Or fucking, yeah, man, we can close this, but we have to get to a location. And that's what I kept thinking. I'm like, why are we, and sorry, you brought him up, so I'm just going to talk about it. Like, why are we even doing this when we have Ultraman, who we open the fucking movie with kicking Superman's ass?
Yeah.
And because of Lex's weird fucking study of Superman, he's like, I know everything you're going to do, dude. You're a predictable fucking piece of shit. I have Ultraman, and I'm going to kick your ass.
Well, and I love
So
that
then I
that
go,
was
why
one
are
of it.
we
I love that that was a weakness for him too. Like they really did a good job in this movie of humanizing Superman.
Mhm.
Yeah, he can smash a building. Yeah, he can lift a mountain. Yeah, he can blow things away with his breath, and he's got the laser eyes. But he's reliable
Yes.
to a fault.
Yep.
He's honest to a fault. He believes in the good in everybody to a fault. And Gunn did a very good job of exploiting all that.
This isn't a character that Gunn excels at making,
No.
yet somehow made me like Superman.
Yeah.
So like,
Oh,
all
he's
props to him.
oh, dude, honestly, if I met that guy on the street, I'd fucking think he was awesome.
Right. So
Just a genuinely good dude.
I liked all of that, but when they're in the secondary location
Mhm.
and the contrived issues, I was like,
That's
why
okay.
is this going on so long? Once the bright thing happened, we leave.
Yeah.
Right?
That's it.
Why was there a 15? Because like easily you
Yeah.
could cut 20 minutes from this movie.
Oh yeah.
Easy.
It goes too long.
I say 15. It was probably more like 8 to 10, but that 8 to 10 minutes does nothing for me. That whole sequence in the like,
Yeah.
this has very good special effects. They did not hold back
No.
on the budget for these special effects. They
No.
are perfect.
Yeah.
There was nothing outside of Cinemark and their weird repaired screen
Yeah.
where I could see banding.
Yeah,
where they
no, I
repaired the silver-
honestly, once that comes out on digital, dude, I'll invite you up,
Yeah,
dude.
we need to
fucking-
watch it.
we'll watch
like
it on my
nice,
screen,
a nice
yeah.
little OLED or a QLED or something like that.
No,
Yeah.
because honestly, I was actually really amazed at the level. I was telling you about it when we left. The level of detail they do on that giant
Mm-hmm.
lizard was awesome.
No, so good. And the color grading, not
I
better
think there
better
was-
in the movie. I don't know. I'd have to watch back to backs.
yeah,
with
it didn't look as bright and goofy
It
in the
was
trailer.
bright, but it had good. It was like
It
a
had
good
depth to it.
HDR contrast. I think it's like
Yeah.
they graded it for HDR and then they put it out. I'm getting lost in the weeds, and then they put it out in SDR on YouTube, and it looks kind of shitty.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But
No, that
like,
was
even the spectacle of what was going on in that secondary location. I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's all right. Like like it looks good, but I'm kind of like
it goes on for too long.
I don't care, man.
Yeah.
Like I get it. Mr. Terrific explained this is bad. And I'm watching Superman just like getting dragged through it. And I'm like, yeah, he's super strong. He's fucking Superman.
Yeah. No, I was at a certain point. I was like, why haven't you just flown out yet?
Yes.
You know, like what are you doing? dude?
Yeah.
Like that was the point. Like I told you, with every James Gunn movie, it's a lot of wacky. And then at a certain point, I'm like, what the fuck
are
is
we doing?
going on? And round
that's what
about the
happened, yeah.
time that happens, the story starts coming together. And this missed that beat by like several minutes, dude.
So right while that by like at least 8 to 10 minutes, and then also, but then right when that shit's going on or like almost done, you cut to Jimmy Olsen and like what's going on, and then you learn about, because you had just learned about some other people that are in that secondary location.
Yeah.
And then you get to Jimmy and what he's doing, and then it's all like, oh, okay, I see what we're doing here. Like it's all
And
coming
it's
together.
one of the best parts of the movie.
It really is super
It's
good.
so fucking funny. Dude, Jimmy's so awesome.
My boy
in that
Jimmy
movie.
fucking destroys ass.
Dude, yeah,
That's
yeah.
where it is.
Jimmy's putting him down,
Yeah,
dude.
dude,
You
for
know?
sure. No, it's like a board. Like for a while there, I was like, oh my god. So it gets tons of respect for like I care about Superman, and I think the beats of this movie are very good and wacky and fucking like. It's fucking Superman. I'm not going to explain all these things to you. Lex Luthor, he's a genius, billionaire, bad guy, asshole. He'll explain his thing at the end. And that's the thing. He didn't constantly explain what he was doing.
Nope.
He oftentimes he just went like, I know what I'm doing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, why don't you shut up? I
Yeah.
know what I'm doing. Yeah, it was a lot of that. We're like, I'm fucking smarter than you. Shut up.
And then they'd be like,
Yeah.
dude, this is a bad idea. And he goes, I don't give a shit. And it's not like, no, trust me, or like, I've gone too far. Like, he knows he's doing a shitty thing and goes, fuck you, we're doing it anyway.
Yeah, because his ego controls him.
Right,
He
because-
is a genius. He would be one of the best people in the world if he didn't have that fucking ego.
Right.
And I do like that about the movie. Like I said, they get him right, but it's just the tone is so weird for the guy.
A mild spoiler, I suppose. Superman and Lex have 2 meetings face to face in this movie.
Both are very good.
The first one where like he shows up and fucking is like, "Where's the fucking dog?"
Yeah.
And he just goes like, "I don't fucking like. What
What
the fuck
dog?
are you talking about? What
What
fucking
dog?"
dog?" And
Yeah.
just drinking his coffee, just staring him into the face, just knowing he could just rip his fucking head off, but he knows he won't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is what's so good about this movie right now. That whole bit is so like that middle bit of the movie is some of the best superhero movie shit of all time.
You know what, Ryan? I think I need to have you come up here and watch the Superman animated series and the Justice League stuff with me, because I think you would enjoy it a lot if you really like that scene with Lex, because that is 100% the Clancy Brown fucking Lex Luthor, who just was just like, oh, hi. I've missed our talks, you know, and it's just like he's just Superman's in like, I'm gonna smash the shit out of you. He's like,
Just the release of the big creature, because I was gonna say the distraction, but it's in the trailer. The release of the big creature, the Justice League showing up, him realizing what happened at the sort of Fortress of Solitude, meeting up with Lex, and then talking with Lois. That stretch of the second act
Is
the
really
beginning of
good.
the second act is like perfect.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's so good. So
Yeah.
good for Superman, so good for Lex, good for Lois, fucking good for Guy and all of them. It is so
For fucking Hawk Girl.
yeah, well, okay. I like Hawk Girl because she screeches and is weird, and
Yeah,
then
I was like, I don't think she's ever done
she
that.
screeches is weird, and then goes, I don't give a shit, and kills that guy. And I was
Oh,
like, nice.
That shit was dope. Yeah, well, dude, and that's a very Hawk Girl thing, dude. It's the Hawkman and Hawk Girl. They're just barbarians from another planet. They all carry like swords and battle axes and maces, and they're all made out of their crazy Thanagarian material, and they just fuck people up. That's it, dude.
Sweet.
Yeah,
But
oh,
yes,
yeah.
you are right. She got the least amount
She got a little short shrift.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like honestly, that little lull I was talking about with the secondary location and going into the third act, it wouldn't have stung so bad if the beginning of the second act wasn't almost perfect.
Right, and the first act is so
And the
good.
first act is just great. It's a
first
good
act is
opening to
awesome.
a movie.
Yeah,
and it
it's
doesn't
awesome.
you don't deal with any of the tropes and the tired fucking formula of these
Yeah.
superhero movies.
Well, and it's like I was saying, dude. I loved it. His mom's a little weird. I liked his dad.
Mhm.
Tone his mom down a bit, dude, and that'd be cool.
right.
And she does
So
get a tone. She does get a tone down.
It's when he's there is when she's the worst. It's on the phone. It was just playing as like mom.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, I don't know how to use the phone, whatever. And I was just like, this is relatable. But then once they were there, his dad is like hearting him, and she's just like, I got it on the TV box.
Yeah.
Oh, jelly, And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it also, and like, I don't like it, but I get it. Like, it's part of the trauma bullshit, and it's also part of fucking of like, they didn't make Superman who he is. They're just good people. It wasn't like with Man of Steel where it's just awful. And he just, everything he learned was from his terrible Kevin Costner dad, who didn't need to die at all and instilled all these terrible ideas in his head.
Maybe
He's just
be a
like,
douche.
all I ever cared about is you being happy and I love you, son. That's it.
Yeah.
And then like
He gives
obviously-
the one the one wisdom he gives him is like, it's not who you're from.
yeah.
Or
It's not who you're
we
from.
don't make you.
Right.
You know, he's like you don't do what we want you to do. It's what you do, what your actions are, and what your behavior is.
And one of the big things in the
that
movie
makes you.
is his real parents from Krypton and what he learned from them, right? That's a big thing. So, but again, it was just like he took what he wanted from that mixed with his upbringing.
Yep.
And then there's a bit of, fucking like how the story beats of these movies. There's like,
Yeah.
oh, everything I knew may not be true.
Yeah.
They did it in the Batman, which lasted, at least this one lasted much longer.
Oh yeah, no, it was a major plot point in the Batman. He's
it's
just like,
5
oh
minutes
man,
later. Yeah.
he's like, oh man, my dad may have been
dad
a
was
dick.
a bad guy.
He's like, no, your dad was cool. He was the dick, and he's like, I knew it.
I knew it. It was one scene later. Yeah, talked about that a lot.
It's on, but honestly,
But
it's
same
one
kinda
of the
beat,
best
right.
scenes in that movie.
It is
dude.
good, but it was immediately.
Oh yeah,
after.
no.
Yeah.
It's just funny, dude, because it's like, wow, that was over real quick.
In this one, it weighs on him more. It doesn't immediately make him act different, but it weighs on him.
I will say I still struggle with that because, like, I don't know, probably because I'm an old fucking man and I don't care about internet
Sure.
drama and shit like that. And it felt a little weak to me. But then I reminded myself that I live in a world where people convinced someone that immigrants are eating their pets.
Their pets, yeah.
So I was like, oh yeah. So no, this would be 100% easy to
This
pull off.
does have an aspect of like social media nonsense,
Yeah.
swaying public opinion on things. And
The thing that bothers me the most is
it's
just
a little
it's not
elevated.
It's elevated, but like it's just like you're just told that it's real.
right.
No, that's 100% true.
Well, but remember, Mr. Terrific says, "I know these guys. It's real."
yeah.
Which I'm like, okay then.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing. The flip side of this is like, but people don't believe anything.
Yeah.
They think that the government makes it rain real hard.
Yeah.
So like there's two sides to these coins. So it's like,
So I'm conflicted
people
on
who
that.
are super into Superman would have been like, that's bullshit, fuck you. But like they also kind of showed that it's not that important to the story.
No, it really
It's
no,
just,
it
it's
isn't.
mostly Lex just trying to fucking stroke his dick off on TV.
Which is like 100%. Why I'm just like, you're just telling me this is 100% real. This is Lex fucking Luthor that found this shit, and you guys are just like, nope, it's legit. And it's like, did you look into it? Oh yeah, totally.
yeah.
You didn't see me do
Big
it,
time.
but I did.
How did you acquire this? Who's to say?
Yeah, nobody knows. But that doesn't really take away from
It's here nor
anything.
there. It's weird modern fucking social media and not even politics, just discourse thrown into the movie because like it is what it is.
No, and like and the comment on the discourse around this movie.
Ooh, I wasn't gonna do it. But if it's
Dude,
up to you.
I'll bring it up, dude. Fucking like the people that are complaining and or praising, these people don't know fuck all about Superman. They don't know anything about comic books, and they damn sure don't know how movies are fucking made because this shit's been being made for the last few years. It had nothing to do
Post-production takes
today
a very long time.
with today's issues that are currently happening as this movie comes
Writing
out.
the movie and then principal photography are a lot. Yes, they do reshoots, but overall, a lot of this is set in stone years ago.
Oh yeah, no, this has nothing to do with any of that. You can draw your similarities.
Sure, just like you
because-
can read Catcher in the Rye and then shoot the
and
president.
then shoot the president. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. For Jodie Foster.
She wanted me to.
She begged me to. No.
13-year-old joke.
Oh, Taxi
Yeah,
Driver.
we're gonna cut that. It's coming out.
Yeah, that was a little weird. I mean,
was
but that
doing
was
it
the
in
guy.
character.
But that was
I
the
was in
guy. That was
character,
the
yes.
guy.
That
That was
wasn't
the
me.
guy. Yeah. No. But Jesus Christ. But fuck, I lost my train of thought with that.
Yeah, you can draw comparisons.
Oh yeah,
but
you can draw.
overall,
You can draw your similarities there. They're there, but like I mean, but like you have to understand that Superman has been this guy saying the same things since the 40s, the 30s,
the late 30s.
the late 30s.
He was originally out in the 30s and then became Truth, Justice, and the American Way in the 40s.
in the
as a form
40s
of
during propaganda, for World War II.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, he's been preaching. I mean, fucking. I think Joel Schuster, and I really feel bad about not remembering the other guy's name.
I also
The two creators of Superman, they created him as a metaphor for being a Jewish immigrant in America.
Yeah, no, like basket down the river.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like it's not Jesus.
Yeah.
It's Moses.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
well done.
Yeah,
You
so-
figured it out, Ryan.
Oh man, I'm so smart. No, like, dude, seriously. I
but
didn't
like,
even really want to talk about it because
I didn't either because let's just
it's
cut it now.
non-existent.
Yeah.
It's people farming clicks and likes and discourse.
It's
Because
people trying to get people riled up for bullshit.
this movie, I will say straight up, has none of that.
No.
Like at all.
No.
There's one thing where I think Sean Gunn playing Maxwell Lord, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
It's a news thing. He just goes, conservatives and liberals can all agree on this thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's while they're going through the clips of news media of a thing.
Yeah.
That's
related to
that's
the medium.
only even remotely political thing, other than there is like a real world, a comic book world conflict between two nations of bad guy and fucking
other nation.
Fuckistan. Yeah, like it's supposed to be like a Middle Eastern country.
Yeah. Well, yeah, one's supposed to be like Russian, I think,
yeah,
and the other one's supposed to be.
So if there wasn't
Eastern,
wasn't a real world conflict going on right now, people wouldn't even be making that comparison because it's mostly Russian, Eastern European, and like Middle Eastern.
And honestly, from looking at those movies, there's only about 50 people living.
Right, and there's only
there's
100 people that live in both countries.
So
there's nothing there. If you think empathy and thinking being American is being welcoming and nice is a woke agenda, then you have other problems,
right?
bro.
Yeah, you got to work on other shit, dude.
That's Superman. He's came from another place, but he's the best of us.
No,
right?
it's
whatever, dude.
Dude, and it's a statement I remember being put out for Captain America back in the day, where it's they were comparing it to another movie that came out of a very maybe possibly the same superhero we're talking about right now.
Okay.
In comparison to that representation at the time, where they said, in this movie, they say that those ideals are outdated and you can't have them anymore. And then in the Captain America movie, you're being told why they're still important to this day.
Yeah.
And I feel like that needs to apply to this movie because, like the first Captain America is a very outdated style of film. And that's why nobody really liked it and watched it, because it's very seated in its old serial days. And Steve's out there, fighting for truth and justice and
So I was actually
you got him doing the same thing in this movie.
I was actually just going to say, I wonder if people don't like this because Superman is fighting for truth and justice, but maybe not necessarily the American way.
Exactly.
So
no, dude, it's funny. I just saw an article and I read a little bit of it. I didn't read the whole thing, but they did talk about when Superman dropped the whole truth, justice, and the American way, and it was just truth and justice.
Which, the American way was
truth,
adopted,
justice, and peace.
Was
I think
adopted
is what it is.
during
World War II.
Yeah.
But no, dude, and it was like this whole interesting article about how fucking they needed to step away from that and just it needed to be more open for everyone.
Yeah, and also
just,
these are international products. I
Yeah.
think people need to realize that as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, dude, there was I
Say
read
what you want, but
again. I read another article, dude, where they were talking about the most recognizable icons in like
media.
in the world,
Yeah.
and it was like McDonald's, Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man. I
Yeah.
think were the
I think it
top
is,
were
yeah.
the top ones. And
I think
was like,
Domino's is up there. But
Domino's is up there. Yeah, Domino's, Pizza Hut, whatever.
whatever.
Taco Bell is trying for that top spot.
No.
You know?
Nope.
No, fuck them.
No
Fuck
Taco
'em.
Bell.
They don't.
I've
got
nothing
that-
against Taco Bell. I'm
I
just
do.
saying
I do.
nobody cares about Taco Bell.
I do. I have nothing but
Taco Bell was literally invented by the Pepsi Corporation to try to break into the fast food market. I don't know if a lot of people know that. And we got Baja Blast out of it. It's not a fucking, it's not a loss. But it's not like, oh man, Taco Bell's taken off, man. No.
But we lost the fucking we lost the enchilito and the double decker.
Oh right.
Let's
And now
not
we
forget
have
our,
chicken strips.
Let's not forget our fallen soldiers along the way. I'm gonna pour
right.
one out.
Pour it
right
out.
now.
Pour
Yeah.
out a premiere.
Yeah, pour out a premiere for the boys.
Mm.
Yeah, dude, and that's why I will never eat at a Taco Bell.
So anyway, I'm gonna get into some of my. You went over your whole praise,
Pros and
criticism,
cons,
pros
yeah.
and cons. So my criticism, outside of I talked about that little lull there at the end of the second act. My main thing is lack of conflict with Superman. So there's manufactured conflict. And there's the direct conflict with Lex,
Yeah.
which Lex is just crazy, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's no reason Lex doesn't like him other than fuck you, I'm the best,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
They're going to him when they could come to me. I got this
Right.
big building.
So it's like you had a little bit that was brought up with Lois at the beginning in their relationship, and that is just immediately dismissed.
Yeah.
And everybody else loves him. And why wouldn't you? But also, come on. We got to have something
Yeah.
where it's like, I mean, other than obviously, again, manufactured conflict, because I was going to say, fuck Stan and all of them. They don't like him, but it's all Lex, right? So, spoilers, I guess. It's immediately apparent what's going on, but yeah, they set this up in the first 5 minutes of the film.
I was gonna say, dude, this movie, we're trying to avoid spoilers, but the movie's pretty straightforward,
Yes.
as a Superman tale should be. There is not a lot of subtlety in this.
Yeah.
You can read the writing on the wall almost immediately.
So like with Guy and Mr. Terrific and Hawk, they're just like, yeah, we like Superman. He can be a pain to work with sometimes, but yeah, he's a good guy. They're like, all that? I don't really believe all that.
No.
But like we got our thing going on, so we're not going to put our asses out there for him. But like that's not conflict. There wasn't
You're looking for that Spider-Man.
a little bit, yeah. But like
You're not gonna get that with Superman.
I know the public loves him, and
Yeah.
like that's why what happened when it was like a manufactured outrage was like, all right, well this ain't gonna last.
No, that
This is
was
kind of bullshit.
I think that kind of added to my like, really? That's
Right, that's what's
Really?
going to do it.
yeah, because like it happens right after he saves the day, and then immediately they're throwing shit out.
Another problem was that we as the audience knew it was bullshit.
Yeah.
Is part of the problem. So, and I know that's typically how they set up those things, but I think you
Well,
should.
yeah, because then it becomes like, how's he gonna get out of
Yeah,
this?
I
mess?
think you shouldn't have
We
had
know
him
it's wrong.
openly discuss like, and we never know what happens in the rest of it.
Yeah.
I think it should have just like started and then like we forget it. And then we learn later that it's corrupted. And then you wonder, does he
Yeah.
know? And you hear he doesn't know or whatever.
Yeah.
There's just, I love the movie Chef, but that also has the problem of like,
Yeah.
there's no conflict
There
in this
really,
movie.
there really isn't. He's just trying to get that food truck.
He just wants
working.
that food truck business to work out and he's going to hang out with his son.
Yeah. I love that movie.
Just not a lot of, not a lot of people out there rooting against the old Superman, right?
Nope. Yeah, you needed a couple like, I fucking knew he was dirty, that dirty alien
right.
bastard. the
Something
whole
to
time.
stand
Yeah.
in his way or something to give him something to think about. But-
Somebody important
and I know
should have
that-
had a problem.
yeah, and I know that immediately it contradicts
Not
what I
Lex.
said earlier, where I'm like, I love that he's just so great and I love him. So it works, but I will say, like, when you think about like what Superman dealt with, you're like, It really was just this one thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that's fine. And that's why you have the Justice Gang and other things going on, Jimmy and that whole thing. And other than that, too long, that one sequence. And I think he could have dealt with one more issue in his life other than basically everything seems to be like he didn't even deal with like secret identity.
No.
woes.
Oh, dude. And speaking of his secret identity, dude, this out of all of the Superman movies I've seen, I don't know how they did it, but he does not look anything like Superman
It's
when he has the
mind-blowing.
glasses on. When he's Clark Kent and you see him walking through the street, he's tall and you can tell my man's got some muscle, but he doesn't look like Superman.
And it's not even like he's fumbling around and it's like, oh, golly me. Like he does a bit of that.
Yeah, he bumps into a dude on his way rushing through and stuff, and then he's
But
doing a little like, you're a douche, you're a douche.
He still has
that's
some
going
quips
on,
and
yeah.
is a little personable and stuff. And like,
oh yeah,
he just doesn't
him burning Lois about
Right.
getting the inside scoop.
he just doesn't
from
look
himself.
like the same guy.
No, he just does not look like he looks.
Makes
you
me
know,
wonder
you know
if
what?
he had a completely different haircut and they filmed all of that at the same time.
Dude, you know
or
what's
maybe
cr-
his physique was even a little different.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you know what's crazy is the way he looks as Clark Kent reminded me of a tall, more broad version of Q from fucking
the
the
007.
the fucking the one that like was just like god damn it, the one with Javier Bardem.
Yes, from Skyfall.
Skyfall.
Yes,
yeah, he looks kind of like Q from Skyfall, but not as slim and slender. You know, like he looks
agree.
like him in that movie.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
Right when you said it, I was like, yes, I know. And he's like, we don't go in for the exploding pins anymore.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, he changes into the costume and he looks like that. He does not look like the same character at all. That tripped me. I was like, is this like CGI?
Wait, I am stupid. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah,
super.
but-
I like the
dude.
Supergirl thing where now that I see you together, you look nothing alike.
Oh, God. I like that.
See, like I know it's fun camp like that. I like, and this has it in droves.
Oh,
right?
so much. Yeah.
But like, it also has a lot of good substance when it comes to the goofiness and the like lighthearted fun of comic books. It lacks a lot of other stuff.
It's like I was telling you about one thing that comes up in the movie that they discuss, and it has to do with the secret identity. And I believe that was something from the Silver Age. And this is very firmly rooted in that era of camp, while also touching on some of the more modern and gritty stuff you've seen since the 90s. But not really going too far in that direction. It's got a lot of that goof in it from that time period. Even fucking Jimmy, Superman's pal, which was a comic, and fucking the Adventures of Superman comic strip and stuff like that. Like, it's all good shit, dude. It's all good shit, and it's all represented here in different forms, for better or for worse. And I fucking.
As you're talking through it, you're realizing it fucks, right?
Yeah, dude, no. Honestly, the more we're talking, the more I'm like, yeah, I think I really, really did love this. And I do, but like it's not without flaws.
I will say this. As I'm sitting here talking to my friend and to the listeners, I'm like remembering this and remembering that. I walked away from this movie. We had a little discussion about it afterwards.
Yeah, we walked out, dude, and you were like, I think I fucking loved it.
Yeah. We had a little discussion about it. You know, we don't talk too much before the podcast happens if we know it's something we're gonna talk about. And then I don't know.
We sit and we meditate.
I haven't
light
really
candles.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, of course. I haven't really thought about it much after that.
Yeah.
So it's not one that deeply affected me, but it's also
No.
a Superman movie. So whatever, right? Like, but it's not one. It's like didn't stick with me for a couple of days where I'm like thinking about certain shit. I'm just like, it was really a good.
I mean,
good
one
time.
of us sat here and fucking thought about it the whole time since he saw it. But you know, you're the darling of the podcast.
Right? But
I'm going on my own.
He's breaking off.
That's
What are you
it.
gonna name your new podcast?
Fucking maximum time.
That's actually pretty
maximum effort.
That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. I look.
I just
forward
came
to
up with
listen-
that myself.
I look forward to listening to it.
Oh, you'll hear it.
Because
dude.
don't get it twisted. Josh is gonna make his own podcast, but we're still gonna be friends.
right? Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
dude. Oh yeah. This is the chill zone, bro.
This is strictly a professional relationship.
Oh yeah. No, dude. We're breaking up like this.
Yeah.
But like we're still boys.
Yeah,
dude.
of course. Anyway, look forward to that.
It'll be me and the coach, man.
You and the coach. Coach, did you like it?
There he goes. He agrees.
He says, yeah. If this was a video podcast, I'd play a lot more.
I know, yeah, that would be a great joke.
It'd be a great, great little bit. Do you got anything else?
No.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening. You can find us on all major podcasting apps, including Apple, Google, fucking Amazon, maybe. I don't know. Spotify. That's the big one.
Yeah,
they used to pay us money. We
Yeah.
never got it.
Yeah. They took our $10 from
They
us.
took our 20. Dude, it was like 20.
It was
bucks.
$20.
It was $20.
Damn, $20 is $20.
I could probably
my
hit
boy.
up customer service and be like, yo, I never withdrew that. What the hell?
Maybe we shouldn't have talked so much shit after they banned us for no fucking reason for
We're
a
back.
year.
I know, and we're back after the year. That's how
Right?
much
Yeah,
Apple
right.
Music sucks as we went back.
Dude, I'm gonna start buying CDs again. Fuck these guys.
I was talking
man.
about it, dude. You can buy lots of CDs on eBay, like 12,000 CDs for like $100.
Here we go, dude.
We'll just start fucking keeping them in binders in our
Right,
car.
dude. Yeah, dude. I'll get that.
Oh, except for our cars don't have CD players. No, we gotta rip them first and put them on USB sticks.
No. We'll throw them in there anyway, dude.
Yeah,
Fucking-
right.
The
So you
five.
know.
We'll just have just stacks of the 500 the 500 notebooks, dude.
Yeah, well, Bluetooth adapter into the Discman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We figured it out. Yeah, Spotify. We're Mighty Movie Pod. You know, you're listening. We are we're at Mighty Movie Pod on Twitter. I don't use that anymore.
I was gonna say nobody.
Maybe we'll make a Blue Sky account.
We barely fucking used that to begin with.
We need to make the Instagram account. Not
We
that we
do.
love Facebook so much, but also people use Instagram. It is what it is.
Yeah. Social media is a thing, boys.
I know. We just don't use a lot of it anymore. Mighty Fish Productions on YouTube. That's where you can find our original series, Classic Catch Up. You can watch our magnum opus, Star Trek: The Motion Picture. It's good. You should watch it.
It is.
We worked real hard on it.
We've worked very hard on that, and we never did it.
And we
again.
never, it was a lot of work, and we decided that nobody watched it, so we're never doing it again.
Hence the reason why I'm never going solo.
Twitch.tv/MightyFishTV. That is actually a good place for you to follow us. Twitch.tv/MightyFishTV. We go live a lot. If you like watching Sega Saturn and N64 sports games that play themselves, there's that in droves. But we also go live and talk and play shit, and Josh has playthroughs. I'm going to start running reruns on there as well, which will be fun.
Yeah, you can watch me play Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm drunk. I apologize.
It happens. But yeah, we have a lot of, we've had a lot going on there, and I'm still working on that. It actually has been one of the things I've still been working on, just slower because my kid keeps getting bigger.
Yeah, that's a problem with
Yeah,
those.
right. They start moving more and need more.
Yeah. They run and stuff.
Yeah, more supervision and what have you. Yeah, this has been a good one. Maybe a little editing needs to be done, but still fun.
It's a little wild.
Nonetheless.
Yeah, we need to do these more frequently.
We do.
But also, I like it when we get wild.
When we get in our flow, it's right back to normal, but the beginnings of these podcasts are a little wild.
I think they're fun.
We're going to be back with Andor because we have watched it, and I think you have too. So we need to watch.
I definitely did.
That'll be less
I
of a-
finished it before you.
Yeah. No. I meant I was talking to the listener.
Oh, I thought you were
Sorry.
talking to me. I was like,
I said we've finished it.
No,
I think so
I
have you.
forgot. I forgot. This is a podcast.
Yeah, I'm talking to the listener. So I think that'll be more of an episode of just discussing it, going over what's going on with that and Star Wars in general, which we've done 1,000 times, but Andor specifically, that'll be a fun one to go over. And
What does it mean?
less
for the
review-esque and more just like let's talk. So that'll come out next. We also watched Sinners. What did you think about Sinners?
I think for the first half of the movie, it is an excellent period piece about the music and the time, and it's visually awesome. And then all of a sudden, vampires show up, and it's whatever.
It's uneven and shitty, and I think that it portrays the first part of that movie with its weird, shitty ending, and I actually kind of don't like it.
I honestly, I'm not a big fan, dude. I love the first half of that. That
Yeah.
first half of that movie is so interesting, and then the vampire plot happens, and it's just like, what? You know, like I mean, I guess you could say
I
that,
knew it was coming, but I just think how they did it was bad, and it pissed me off because the beginning was so good that I think it comes out to an overall shitty product.
yeah,
Do you agree with that?
yeah.
Maybe you don't like. I think you like it more than I did.
I liked it a lot, but like it falls apart towards the end for me, man. Where I was just like, what movie were you trying to make, man? Because like the first half of this movie is incredible. And then I don't know, maybe it's a metaphor for the music industry.
Great acting,
but,
great acting, great set design, great fucking pacing, great filming or cinematography, great music. And then
they have one awesome scene where he plays literally a barn burner, and all these ghosts of like the past, the present, and the future show up, and it's one of the best scenes in the fucking movie. It's
very good. The Bill and Ted-esque ghost
yeah,
was
it's nuts, dude. But it is one of the best parts of the film. Yeah. I really loved that scene. It's just the vampires, they don't offer anything.
Shit.
And they're
maybe there's more to say about this than like at the very end I'll be like, what'd you think about it?
Well, dude, it's just like fucking no.
No, I want you to say what you think, but I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, yeah, there actually is quite a few things to say about it.
They don't seem relevant to the plot at all. Like, I understand maybe it's a metaphor for like the aping of culture, and you know, or exploitative bullshit from the
times.
The exploitative practices of the fucking music industry, where it's like, no, we're all the same guy. We just want to build a community, you know.
And the Ku Klux Klan, even though the Ku Klux Klan was also really there.
Yeah. Well, see, and the Klan, I feel like is the obvious hate, and then you got the underlying secret. Oh no, we're your pal, but we're gonna take all your shit. You know, kind of.
Yeah. But also remember the title of the film as well.
Sinners.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Dude.
I actually, dude. It's one of the
I think about that movie a lot.
that I actually do not like.
Yeah,
Straight up, I do not like
it. It is one of the most well-made films I have ever seen, and I don't care for it. I wish I cared more, but like I said, that first half is so good. And then everything with the vampires happens, and it's like, I don't know why this is here. Like, why is this? They don't even really build up to it. Like, the vampire guy just shows up. And then vampire happens.
Yeah. I get it. It's probably a metaphor for something.
Yeah.
It's very, God. The beginning, Ryan Coogler is a very good filmmaker. Don't get me wrong. Again,
Ryan Coogler makes awesome.
The beginning of that movie, and like, I'll cut him some slack for that terrible Black Panther sequel. But it's just like, wow, this is really going to be so good. Like, oh man. Look at this. This is fucking, this is a craft right now. This is like, we're going to be studying this movie. And then you're like, oh no, this movie sucks. So.
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks, dude.
He made a good half a movie.
He made a good final half of a movie. It's because it's still good. It's just not good. You know, you're way better at that.
It doesn't work.
Dude. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
There are there's so many good parts that it equals less than the sum of its parts, which is very bizarre. That usually doesn't happen. Well,
because like when they open the club and the one brother's complaining because they're all paying in plantation coins and shit.
Also,
like
some
that.
of the
Buffalo
best,
nickels.
Some of the
stuff.
best one guy playing two guys.
Oh, incredible, dude!
Yeah.
Dude, in the I don't want to spoil that, but fucking, I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot, but I did not see that coming at all. You know, I see the trailers now, and it's abundantly clear.
Sure.
But
for me,
when it first came out, I was like, oh no, he's just wearing different shirts.
I think part of the problem there, like you, I was just like, I'm on board. Let's do this. And I just stopped paying attention to those trailers. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh yeah, Coogler's making a fucking horror movie. Let's do it, dude.
Let's rock. Yeah.
Let's go. And it seems weird and it's a period piece. It is so well made and just overall disappointing. I don't know.
Oh, dude, I'll give you a warning. If you got a problem with sex scenes in movies, you're in for a wild ride.
Right.
There's a lot of that people are getting down.
Yeah.
In this movie, and that, so I'll give you that one. But overall, like, I really love like they're getting the band together, they're working it together, they're trying to figure out money, they're trying to get everything together. You get this real good look at segregation and everything, and how these people are quote unquote free, but we're not fucking paying them real money. And it's them complaining about how they need the money, and all they're getting are these buffalo nickels, basically. And they're just like, it's just bullshit currency. It's not real stuff. And they're just like, and one guy is like, yeah, but that's all they got. Let's let them have a good night. Yeah, but we need the money. And there's this whole commentary on that, dude. And it's really
them setting up
fucking
their enterprise
good.
and them like talking about what went wrong and their and their escapades before the movie started. It's all very good. Fucking I honestly think this might be one of the things where, like, in 20 years from now, I'm gonna sound like an idiot. It's gonna be like people being mad that Hitchcock made a drive-in movie. And they're like, oh, they're trying to bring in this fucking pretentious bullshit into our genre. This shit doesn't work. And then, like, fucking 20 years from now, people will be like, look at this masterpiece. Maybe, but in my eyes, it doesn't pull,
misses the mark.
It misses the mark on both aspects of the movie.
Yeah.
They didn't follow through on the awesome characterization and all the, like, foreshadowing and all the, like, setups for, like, what happened while they were in Chicago and all this, and, like, their relationship and what's going on with that. And then it also didn't play out very good because, like, all right, the vampires start and then they kind of all just run away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, neither aspect of the movie I felt played out to its potential.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right, dude. I mean, well, I agree with you.
Okay.
It's I liked it a bit more than you did, but at the same time, like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Right.
It's like, it's one of those, it's this movie. That movie sticks in my craw, dude. Like, I keep thinking there's something I'm missing because everybody loves that fucking movie. And I'm like, what am I not understanding?
Give it this. I'm willing to watch it again. It's not like it was an aggravating to watch.
Oh,
movie.
no, it was an awesome film.
Perhaps I missed something. Of course, there was the guy sitting next to us in the theater who was the worst.
Oh, God.
And
I forgot about, just
maybe I was in the wrong headspace, or maybe I wasn't paying enough attention, or who knows. I'm willing to watch it again.
This dude, he's probably about 70 years old. We went and saw it in a matinee.
No. That was a working man.
Oh, that was a working man.
This was a young version of that guy. Remember? He just had something to say about everything, and he kept munching popcorn.
Shoot her. Slap her around.
Yeah.
Should beat her ass. That's what I'd do.
Yes.
Sitting there with his girl.
Yeah.
Like, wow, are you proud of yourself, dude? Like, sure you made the right choice there, ma'am? Dude, that guy, fuck that guy.
So.
That's bullshit. Oh, dude, speaking of commentary.
Okay.
Unwanted from the audience.
Okay.
We're watching the Superman.
Okay, yeah.
And this is the moment that I realized I liked the movie because I was still struggling with that while watching the film, Superman. This kid's in the audience in the seats with us. And there's a point where Superman gets so jacked up, he's got to repair his arm. So he, because he's fucking Superman, just pretty much just gives it a quick pop and his shoulder's back in place. And this little fucking kid from the front row goes, that's so unrealistic. And it took everything in me not to lose my shit. because
That's where he draws the line, Josh.
That's a dumb fucking complaint in a movie where a man shoots lasers from his eyes, flies around the world in the blink of an eye, stops a giant lizard. There's a reality warp or whatever ripping Metropolis apart. But no. My man fixes his arm with minimal to no effort and no pain, and this little fuck.
So this isn't what the kid meant, but let me play devil's advocate here for a minute.
You son of a bitch.
How does the Man of Steel get injured in such a manner in the first place?
He loses power. He's not always charged up.
Okay.
Like he basically
He wasn't a hole.
Well, he was in a hole. But like, and we got to think about he had just been poisoned by kryptonite.
Right. Well, he had healed from that.
Sort of. Not enough.
It was urgent, yes.
Yeah, it was an urgent healing.
He didn't have the super beams or whatever.
Yeah.
The crystals.
No, because Superman can get fucked up if
Okay.
pushed beyond the limits of what he has currently. That's how Doomsday killed him.
Okay.
That's why
he is able to be overpowered.
That's why when he came back. That's why when he came back to life, he had to wear the black suit because it absorbs the rays.
The plan, when it finally became apparent what the plan was,
we're not talking about Sinners anymore.
No, we're not. So when this is going to be great on me to edit. So the plan.
I did this on purpose.
The plan, when it became apparent what the real plan was, of getting rid of Superman, outside of like, of course, putting him away was probably the main plan, but the whole like we're gonna just do this till he dies, that may have worked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can trap him in the room with one tiny green rock, and it'll fucking kill him.
No, I mean the
oh, I don't know, maybe
right. But I'm saying like if your arm can get ripped out of your socket, he can be in like. It's he doesn't just heal on his own outside of like. Well, he does, but the sun and whatever. But the sun's not going to put his arm back in place.
No, he had to do it himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Fucking Superman bleeds, bro. You know.
But I also thought he didn't need to breathe oxygen. They almost made it
clear.
They made it clear he can hold his breath for an hour. They like said that out loud.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so that had to have been in a comic at some point,
well,
right?
And like you also.
But then he's also on the fucking moon.
Well, dude, you also got to take it into this consideration. He's only been Superman for 3 years.
And how fast can he fly? Because spoiler. All right, we're done. I'll put a spoiler warning before this. My editing job's already going to be a fucking nightmare. So. How does Supergirl get to other planets? How fast can they fly? Like in space with no air? Can they go like super duper fast or what?
If it adheres to something, well, dude, and this now we're getting into the weeds about Superman rules. Because sometimes
they did it though.
Sometimes a spaceship is required or a portal like a boom tube via a new god tech and stuff like that. They need that. Or something from Star Labs. They figured it. Star Labs is insane. But something like that might be required. Or they can just fucking fly there sometimes.
But it's going to take longer than an hour.
It's going to take a while. And Superman can sometimes breathe in space. He doesn't need to. He just holds his breath the whole fucking time. Invincible does that shit too, and he can hold it indefinitely, pretty much.
That's me being a fuddy-duddy.
Yeah,
they went out of their way to.
Mainly, I was just annoyed with that little shit being fucking nitpicky, which is what we're doing right now.
Is what we're doing, but that's why I brought it up. I was like,
it's just like, really, dude.
Like,
that was the line for you, dude. He dislocated his shoulder, and all of a sudden, this movie's crap. You know?
That's not how that kid meant it. He meant more like, really? Putting your own arm back in your socket? That's crazy. Dumbass.
My boy hasn't seen Lethal Weapon.
Right.
That's all I'm saying, dude.
But in my mind, I'm like, you know what? They kind of went out of their way to like set certain rules in place. How does this work? And then I'm like, wait, I'm falling into the same trap. So,
No. That kid's a douche. And I hope all the bad things in life happen. I hope he fails whatever test he's got going back to school. Like,
right.
I really do.
He got held back, dude.
I hope he does. I hope he's in fourth grade for the rest of his life.
So yeah, twitch.tv/mighty slash Mighty Fish TV. We're on there. Thank you so much for listening. We will be back with Andor and anything else that's coming out. A Fantastic Four, I guess. God damn it. We can't have 3 in a row. We gotta get Andor.
You
out
need
before
okay.
that.
Well, listen. We'll do Andor, and then you got to watch Nosferatu.
Okay, there we go.
Please,
We'll get a
watch
real movie in there.
like genuinely watch Nosferatu. That is one of the best films I have ever. Spoilers: one of the best films I've ever seen in my life. I fucking love that movie, dude.
Right, we got other things on deck too, so that'll be good. All right, that's it. We're calling it. Thank you so much for listening. Please watch Mighty Fish TV on Twitch, Mighty Fish Productions on YouTube. I need to set up another social media account, probably Instagram. I'll let you know.
I can do it. I'm fucking. Why you do this? I can set up a. Look, dude, I can't run a podcast by myself.
My co-host can set up an Instagram
account.
Yeah,
okay. You know what? We're gonna talk, bro.
All right, bye.